The King's Prophet. Chapter 6. A collection of misinformed demons. Blitz? Stolitz breathed out as soon as his brain allowed him to register what he was seeing. Blitz had pinned Vassago to the ground, pressing a forearm down against his throat, but not cutting off his breath. Not yet, anyway. Well then, you must be Blitz. We've yet to properly be introduced. Vassago spoke smoothly as though he wasn't being held to the ground with a knife digging into his side. Knife? How had he missed that? Blitz, what are you doing? Get off of him! This bitchy red fucker was at your trial, Stol. Don't you think it's a little fucking suspicious he wanted to meet up now, Feels like a fucking trap to me. I asked him to meet me, Blitz. Yeah, I know! Stolitz was tugging at Blitz's shoulders, trying to pry him off the prince who, for whatever reason, continued to allow the imp to pin him. Stolitz knew Vassago could have removed Blitz long ago if he wished for it. How did you... Just please, get off of him. He's trying to help me. Blitz snapped his head to look at Stolitz. No, that's what I'm doing. And help you with what? What could be so important that I couldn't be the one to help you? Why do you want him instead of me? Stolitz's eyes widened in shock and he shook his head. No, it's... This is why you won't fucking... Are you fucking this breakfast cereal mascot, bitch? Stolitz stumbled over his words, searching desperately for some kind of response while having no idea what in all hell Blitz was talking about. Blitz, if you would be so kind as to remove that blade from my ribcage, I would be happy to fill you in on the predicament Stolitz has found himself in. In fact, I would be more than happy to do so. I am of the opinion that you should be brought up to speed immediately. Blitz's eyes narrowed and flicked from Vassago to Stolitz and back again before he slowly pulled back the knife from Vassago's side and, even more slowly, his forearm from his neck. What predicament? Blitz growled out, and the tone made Stolitz shift uncomfortably away from him, removing his hands from Blitz's shoulders carefully and wrapping them back around his own midsection. It's really not, Blitz growled low in his throat. Don't fucking lie to me, Stolitz. Stolitz swallowed and looked to the ground, digging a talon into the patch of dirt beneath him. Vassago sighed, sitting up from the ground. Stolitz rode me to see if I had any knowledge regarding potential side effects from magical extraction, Blitz. He told me that he has been experiencing some rather less than pleasant symptoms ever since the trial. I just did not wish to worry you, Stolitz began meekly, only to be cut off immediately by Blitz once again. You don't talk, Blitz snarled, and Stolitz's beak snapped shut, and Blitz turned his laser-sharp attention back onto Vassago. What symptoms? Vassago brushed a hand down his suit, clearing the dust that had gathered, and looked to Stolitz before continuing. Pain, mostly. Some fatigue. From what we can gather, it flares up primarily after unintentionally trying to access his magic. What you must understand is that each Goetia is born with his or her own magical ability. Those of us who demonstrate a greater potential in power, creativity, finesse, or intellect, we are chosen for a greater calling, a higher purpose, if you will. Our raw potential is then cultivated. Our powers are focused and channeled through the grimoires that are granted to all of the chosen Ars Goetia. You see, if one is born with magic inside, nurtures it, feeds it, lives it, it would be difficult, nigh on impossible to stop altogether, unless, of course, it is forcibly removed. It is part of your very self, used instinctively the way you might use your hand to scratch your nose. Apparently there are consequences to reaching into an empty reservoir, and it is instead wearing on his physical form. Stolitz was a prince of hell. No one of his rank and power or prestige has ever been subjected to a complete magical extraction. Honestly, I hadn't even thought it possible until last month when I saw it with my own eyes. But as we are seeing, it is not without consequences. Stolitz's magic has always been a part of him, like your horns are a part of you, and it's gone. So he came to me seeking precedence or insight into relieving his suffering. Blitz's claws opened and closed reflexively over and over as he listened, focused so intently on Vassago's words that Stolitz feared he might have a stroke or something. Until Blitz turned his laser focus back onto Stolitz, not meeting his eyes, but instead running up and down his body, assessing him for signs of Stolitz wasn't sure what. So, you're telling me you've just been hurting all this time, and you didn't feel like this was something I should know about? Hurt. He'd been checking for signs of pain. Stolitz paled and shook his head so vehemently it bordered on violence. No, yes, I just... Blitz's face was blank. Stolitz had no idea what thoughts swirled behind that clouded expression. He'd shoved his hands into his pockets and taken quite a few steps back from Vassago, who had now pulled himself back to standing. Look, if you don't want to stay with me anymore... There it was. I finally found his limit. He wants me gone. If that's what you want... Oh, for Lucifer's sake, you are both insufferable! Malditos idiotas! Vassago squawked loudly, causing both Stolitz and Blitz to snap their attention to him. He does want to stay with you, you little... Then he turned to Stolitz. And you! He wants you to stay. He wants to help you. Let him. Aye, the two of you are worse than Gabriela and Alejandro. Stolitz blinked. You watch telenovela? Vassago ran a hand down his face in exasperation. Stols, Blitz whispered, and reached a hand out to take Stolitz's. I shouldn't have yelled. That was shitty. But I want you to talk to me. Tell me this shit. I want to help you, and you won't let me. Stolitz shook his head. No, you do. You help me so much, Blitz. I wouldn't be alive without you. I can't bear the thought of burdening you any more than I already do. Putting anything else on your shoulders. I've taken your bed. I eat your food. I've all but commandeered your phone. And I just... Look, we can talk about this at home, okay? But first... Blitz looked back to Vassago and squinted. Not gonna say sorry. Vassago let out a light-hearted laugh. No apology needed. Está bien. You were just protecting someone you love. At the sharp glance from Blitz, he hastily changed tracks. Care about. So then, what do you think? Blitz asked. Wait, Stolitz thought. Go back. Stolitz's head spun. How had the conversation shifted so quickly? They hadn't finished talking. There was so much more to talk about. But Blitz was no longer looking at him, having clearly changed topics fast enough to give him whiplash. Blitz was looking at Vassago, who nodded thoughtfully in response. See. Stolitz, tell me more about your symptoms, if you would, Vassago asked, and now they were both looking at him. What? He thought. Stols? Blitz asked, squeezing his hand slightly. Can you tell us about it? Right. Of course, yes. It's sort of dull most of the time, but it never truly leaves, and when I try to use my powers, it becomes sharp and jagged, like something is trapped and trying to force its way out from somewhere deep within me. My bones, or I'm not quite sure, honestly. Stolitz studied both of them. Blitz's face was carefully blank, like he didn't want Stolitz to see what he was feeling, but the rapid tapping of his hoof in the dirt and the way his tail flicked erratically behind him gave away his worry. This was exactly what Stolitz had been trying to avoid. He squeezed Blitz's hand back. But I'm fine. It's not so bad, honestly, and I've gotten used to it. Most of the time. Vassago hummed thoughtfully, but Blitz made no response, and Stolitz sighed. He loosened his grip, allowing Blitz to pull away, sure that his hand would fall, but Blitz only tightened his hold, keeping them interlocked. Vassago clicked his tongue, glancing around before he turned back to them. I need to do some research before I can come to any sort of conclusion. But for now, let him help. Treat the symptoms. Try not to attempt your magic. I will email again once I have something to report. He reached for the hand that Blitz wasn't holding and captured it with both of his own and said, Y mi querido, por favor, don't be a stranger. The trip back to the office was very quiet. Well, it wasn't, but Blitz and Stolitz were as they walked the streets of Imp City. Blitz still hadn't let go of his hand, not that Stolitz had made any moves to pull away. He rather liked the feeling of his hand cradled in Blitz's larger one. It wasn't often Stolitz felt that he was smaller in any situation. He thought back to that first night, as Blitz led him to the couch in his catatonic state. He'd worried then that it might be the last time he would ever feel Blitz's hand in his own. He was grateful it hadn't been then, and he hoped it wouldn't be now. Halfway back to the office, Blitz stopped dead in his tracks, jerking Stolitz to a standstill beside him. Fuck this. We're going home. They can finish up for the day. We need to talk. Stolitz swallowed around the large lump that had formed in his throat. Blitz was feeling a lot of feelings, and he didn't really want to feel any of them. In fact, he was feeling kind of fucking pissed about having so many damn feelings about it in the fucking first place. Here is what he knew. 1. He loved Stolitz. 2. Stolitz wasn't fucking the Fruit Loop mascot. 3. Stolitz lied to him. But it wasn't because he was fucking the pirate bitch. 4. Stolitz had been in pain and had been keeping it to himself. 5. He really didn't like that, and Stolitz was in pain. Here's what he didn't know. 1. How to help Stolitz. 2. If Stolitz loved him back. 1. If Vassago was, in fact, a pirate. He led them back to the apartment and sat Stolitz on the couch like he was a naughty child about to get a talking to. And he kind of liked it, but he kept that to himself. Stolitz sat obediently on the couch, hands folded in his lap, looking up at Blitz with his stupid, beautiful eyes, batting them like those chicks from the old musicals Moxie is always watching. I understand that you're upset with me, Blitz, Stolitz said, the first of the pair to break the silence. I'm not fucking upset, Stolitz raised an eyebrow. Okay, I am, but I want you to know that you can tell me shit. Stolitz looked at him like he was going to speak again, but Blitz held up a hand to stop him. No, just let me. I have some shit to say, okay? I need to say this so that I just need a a minute to get this out, so I'm just gonna get it out. Stolitz swallowed and nodded minutely. I am an idiot. I fucked up. I fucked us up so fucking bad. And well, so did you, but that's not... I've known for a while now how I feel, and I haven't said anything because I didn't want to push you or, I don't know, or make you uncomfortable maybe, but I think that somehow gave you the wrong idea, and I can't fuck this up again, so I'm just gonna say it. And if you don't, feel the, anymore, that's fine. But the last thing I want, the very last thing I would ever want, is to make you feel like you have to go. I don't want you to go, even if you don't feel that like I do anymore, because I do. Blitz looked up at Stolitz to find a very confused bird sitting before him. Do what? Blitz blinked. Right, he'd skipped that part. I love you. The apartment froze in time. Stolitz didn't blink. He didn't even look like he was breathing, and Blitz was about to step closer to check in with him when he realized there were tears welling in all 4 red eyes before him. Fuck. He'd fucked it up. Damn it. It's okay, like I said, it's okay if you don't feel that way anymore. I know I took too long and I fucked your whole life up, and his words were cut off, not by Stolitz's, but rather a hard beak pressing against his lips. Oh. Fuck yeah. Blitz kissed him back as soon as his mind caught up, wrapping his arms around the delicate waist as he felt Stolitz's hands cup his cheeks. The kiss was soft and slow, gentle even, but not lacking for passion. As they parted, they both gasped for breath, careful to keep their foreheads pressed together, afraid to lose that contact. I love you too. Stolitz let his eyes slide shut, silent tears slipping out of them, and Blitz braced himself for the but before he even said it. But I can't. Not right now. I don't deserve... Blitz pressed another soft kiss to his cheek, catching a falling tear. You deserve all the stars in the sky, pretty bird. And if I could bring them back to you, I would do it in a second. The very romantic, thank you very much, line only caused more tears to fall from the birdie's eyes. I know you would. You've given me so much more than I will ever be able to... Stolitz. Stolitz's eyes shot open and met his own. His pupils danced as he waited with bated breath for Blitz to speak. I can wait. Stolitz nodded silently. Blitz would take that. For now. He would show Stolitz just what he deserved, which was literally everything. Just you wait, birdie. Just you wait. Blitz made Stolitz promise to let him know when the pain was flaring up. He'd finally gotten out of the bird that warm baths and heating pads had seemed to be helping. Over-the-counter pain medications had done next to nothing for it, though. He'd told him about more than just the pain as well. About his increasingly depressed thoughts after having been without his medication for so long, and his concern about his more erratic behavior resurfacing. He'd also asked for Blitz to keep this information from the rest of IMP for now. I simply do not wish for them to coddle me. I only just started getting settled in at the office, started being helpful, and I don't want to ruin it by what? Feeling pain? What kind of stupid fucking... Please, Blitz. So Blitz had relented, on the condition that he let Blitz give him a non-sexual thank you very much massage each night before bed.